Hello, everybody. I want to make a video today about this topic because I see too many people that claim to be doing a raw food diet or have done a raw food diet but go back to eating cooked food or have never even left cooked food. Again, if you are eating cooked food, you are not a raw foodist. You are not on a raw food diet. You might be on a diet that has a lot of fruits and vegetables in it. You might be on a diet that has a lot of raw food in it, but you are not a raw foodist. And I want to warn people that are on a raw food diet to be careful with cooked food. Yes, somebody could live with cooked food in their diet and eat the majority of their diet raw and still experience the benefits of the raw foods. However, you must be careful because cooked food is addicting. Absolutely is addicting, because when you look at the word addicting, or when you become an addict, it's something that you cannot stop yourself from doing, something you will make excuses to keep doing, or something you will give yourself reasons to keep doing. And for those people out there that are eating just a little bit of cooked food, be careful, because when drug addicts start with a little bit amount of drugs, it ends up becoming more and more and more. Because once that little feeling of that drug no longer satisfies them, they have to take more of that drug to give that same satisfaction. Before you know it, the person's a full-blown drug addict. Well, I would say cooked food is a very addicting thing, probably the most addicting substance on the planet. And you might dabble with a little bit for a little time, thinking you're under control and it's great. But once you open up those gates to cooked food in your life, it's going to get worse and worse, or more and more and more. And today you might find yourself eating a small percentage of cooked food in your diet, but then it goes more and more and more. Or this is one of the reasons why people have trouble letting go of cooked food from their diet, is they can't let go of that addictive feeling that they get from eating cooked food. So you're either eating a 100% raw food diet or you're not. And if you're not, you must be careful. If you're struggling to get on a 100% raw vegan diet, but you continue to include some cooked food in your diet, you're going to have more of a challenge getting to 100% raw. Now, there are different reasons why to go to 100% raw, and if it's needed for everyone or if you should. There's social ramifications around it. There's diet ways around it. Not everyone needs to be on a 100% raw food diet, but if that is your goal and you continue to eat a little bit of cooked food, it will slow you down from accomplishing your goal. Now, if you've been eating a raw food diet for a long time, and then you go back to eating some cooked food in your diet, whether it's a little bit amount, no matter how little, you are opening up the gates to a dangerous spot, because you're going to find yourself eating more and more and more and more. And it just happens that way because it's an addictive thing that your body is getting in, that it doesn't need. It doesn't need. So for those of you that want to hold on to your cooked food, or those of you that want to go back to your cooked food, ask yourself why. If the body doesn't need it, why would you do it, and why should you do it? Now, again, if you choose that you don't want to be on a 100% raw food diet for your social ramifications, or for your situation, so be it. That doesn't mean you can't be unhealthy. But the other side of the coin is, why would you want to do anything that's less than ideal for you? Why would you not want to seek out and find something that's so great? If raw food is so great, why not go all the way? Why not do it all the way? Now it's a problem to let go of our addictions, and a lot of people have addictive personalities. A lot of people can't let go of the memories of the past, but what I found out from eating a raw vegan diet for so many years is the best way to eat is eating your foods that are unprocessed in every way possible. And the more you process your food, the more it can create issues in your life with your health. And overall, the more raw vegan you eat, the more clearer your mind's going to be, the more energy you're going to have, the better your sleep's going to be. And overall, you're going to feel amazing and look amazing and be amazing on every level. But once you either have cooked food in your life, or you add heated food or cooked food back to your diet, you're asking for things to go backwards. You're asking for certain things that don't necessarily need to be there. Now, I'm not going to say there's a panacea and a raw food diet will cure every disease in the world, because there's other aspects of health. There's other aspects of your diseases and your health that's going to determine if you're going to get rid of them completely or not. But when it comes from a diet standpoint, anyone who's trying to explain that cooked food is not addictive is only justifying their reason to eat cooked food, which is an addictive personality or an addictive trait. Cooked food is addicting. And no matter how many scientific reports that are out there or anything else, you go on a particular type of diet, a raw food diet, eat raw foods for a certain amount of time, and then you reintroduce cooked food back to your diet. It's like that person that's smoking cigarettes. Whether they're smoking cigarettes for a short time or a long time, once you put one cigarette in your mouth, many of those tobacco addictions come back. Once you drink that coffee, many of those caffeine addictions come back. Stay away from the drug, folks. Don't entertain it at all. Even if you think you have a strong constitution and you could just do a little bit and be safe, why go back to you? Why go back to it? Why? You know, let's take tomatoes, for example. Some people say, well, cooked tomatoes release more nutrients than raw tomatoes. So this is what people say, and then they want to eat cooked tomatoes. Well, where there's an upside, there's a downside. Do you know that cooked tomatoes are some of the most acidic foods on the planet? And even though it might truly release some certain things, nutrients, you're also opening yourself up to much more toxins and acidity. And you want alkalizing foods. Now I have some leafy green plants that they can't be eaten raw. They must be cooked to be eaten. If you don't eat them cooked, they could be poisonous. When you cook them, they get rid of the poison barrier, so you can now eat that food. Well, if you're living somewhere and that's your only choice you have, so be it. Cook that food and get that food in. You need it. That's all you got. But when you got so many choices out there to eat raw vegan, why mess around with that stuff? Why mess around with the things that need to be cooked? Why mess around with those things? The only answer is because we have an addictive situation where we want to go back to our drug. Cooked food is a drug. Cooked food is addictive. Cooked food ropes us in and wants us to go more and more and more. And it's just a matter of time, if you're eating a little cooked food, that you're going to eat more and more and more. Let go of the cooked food completely. If you're striving to go all raw, let go of it. See what happens. And if you are going backwards, be very careful, because you find yourself in the trap going in a backwards place. All right? So I hope people are getting this. I hope people understand this. I hope people trust this. Again, you don't need to eat all raw to experience the benefits of raw foods. But if you want to completely get rid of the things that are holding you back or slowing you down, then completely get rid of all the heated foods or the raw foods. But you must come to a place where you can figure out the social ramifications of it, get to a good place with that. And, you know, through my website and the communities online, you can definitely find places, and there's raw food restaurants out there now and things to eat. There's so much information out now where you can socially fit into society just fine eating a raw food diet. And let's even shed the labels. Just try to eat a process-free diet and see how it goes for you. You know, I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else because I'm able to do this. I don't want to go back to my disease. I don't want to go back to not feeling as well. I don't want to go backwards. So I continue to eat 100% raw. But I've created an environment for myself, not only around me with fresh fruit growing and my own garden and growing my own sprouts, I've also created an environment around me socially where I know a lot of people that understand the way I eat. They understand the raw vegan diet. They understand how to do this. So it's not creating that challenge for me. And if you have not yet overcome these aspects of growing your own food or have figured out the social ramifications, maybe you're at a place where you still need some cooked food in your diet. You know, I tell everyone, do what's working for you and your situation. If that's the place you're in, so be it. I'm not here to argue with you or to change your mind. I'm just telling you that cooked food is addictive. And if your goal is to get to 100% raw, holding on to a little bit cooked food is not going to get you there. And it's going to make it more challenging. And going back to cooked food is a little dangerous. So be careful. All right, everybody, put your comments or questions below. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And if you want to see some raw food recipes and get even more raw food videos, you can check out my member website, which is rawlifehealthshow.com. I'll post a link below. Until then, everybody, have a great day and a great raw life.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.